Basketball is a great sport because most of the things you can do just one person. You want to practice dribbling, you don't need anybody else. Okay, you can do it in the garage, basement, hard floor, whatever, gym, outside, sidewalk, you can do it by yourself. You want to shoot, find a hoop somewhere, inside, outside, you can hoist up 1,000 shots by yourself if you want. The only thing you can't really do is play defense and pass to yourself. So I'm a firm believer that teach the kids how to spin the ball. Not necessarily on your finger like that, although that's a fun contest to do at the end of the practice. But I'm a firm believer, teach the kids how to spin the ball. Spin it like it's a catch. You can, when it comes back up, you're acting like it's a catch. The ball's moving in the air so you can catch it. And I simply just tell the kids when we do this, hold the ball on the sides, fingers pointing down, thumbs out, and you're just gonna flip it so your fingers point up. Thumbs point to yourself. And that'll create back spin. Okay, and again, you can spin it, catch it low, and get into your shot. I mean, you can do it here, if you're posting up, try a move. You can spin it way out there and come around. Okay, and it's a great way to practice catching the ball that's coming at you. Okay, I mean, you can do this, but I think doing this is better to get behind it, or if you're posting up, you spin it, and now you can do your move, as opposed to here. But now it's coming, it's going to spin, making you forced to grab it hard. Okay, the other thing I'm a firm believer of is kids a lot of times will get the ball and what do? They keep it here. And what happens? They rip it out of their hands or they tie up and then it's their 15th jump ball of the night, right? So I'm a firm believer, teach the kids, get the ball, get it to the side, hold it tight with two hands, and then you want to rip the ball down and low quick, or high and low, or high and quick. Low and quick, or high and quick. Doesn't matter which way, but you just want to keep it going. And I will do this for like our second and third graders, and kindergarten and first graders, and I show them, hey, if I have the ball, what do? And they rip it out of my hands. All right, good job. Now, I'm gonna move, and then, okay, so then you ask me, well, what do you do so they don't get it? Well, move the ball. And guess what they can do? They rip it right out of my hands. All right, so we're getting better. It took them a little longer, and it's a little harder, but they still can just do this. But get the ball up here to the side. Rip it down low. And I'll bring these kids who have just stolen the ball from me. All right, come get it. Come get it. Come get it. And they're flying all over the place. And after about 20 seconds, they either foul you, they hit you across the arm, and you hear the big slap, which then can lead to that conversation, or they can't get it. Okay? So you got to teach the kids to rip. It's a good just mirror drill is all it needs. When I coach youth leagues, teams get stuck, you would hear me yell, rip and get to the basket, rip and go. Hey, you get stuck, nobody's helping out, rip that ball, dribble to the basket. We've got some drills in our shooting that will show you, and I think there's some really good drills for that. Okay, but have them keep that ball moving. Okay, if you ask kids to get open, they're going to do one of two things probably. They're going to jump up and down, and they're going to just do this. All right? Yeah, okay, maybe. Okay? Or when you say, now, okay, hey, you're doing a good job. You got your hands up. You're ready for the ball, but they don't have to move, right? So you got to move to get open. So then what do kids do? Okay? Again, as I said last year, besides getting me lots of steps on the Fitbit, this isn't going to do anything. Okay? And if you want to prove something, just Dave, come on up here for a second. Okay? So I'm jumping up. All right, Dave doesn't have to do anything. Okay? Now he's playing defense. Put your arms up. He didn't have to move at all. I got more steps. He didn't get any. Okay, thank you. All right? So now they're, okay. So, 3 cuts, okay? We'll start out here. It's just a simple V cut. Kind of come down. And a lot of kids when they cut, when you tell them to cut, they'll do this. Okay? They're creating more space, but they're not really cutting. They're just turning around. Okay? So we talk about coming down, planting off the foot close to the basket, and pushing off. Okay? And a lot of times the defense will do that because they're following them, and if you plant off and push off hard, they don't have the reaction skills to get back out here. So now I'm open for about a second, and that's all you hopefully need to get that pass. Okay, so the V cut, there's an L cut, just come down here, plant the top out. I wouldn't worry about which foot to plant with yet, but just get them used to planting on one foot and pushing off. Okay, as they get older, you might want to talk about how he's facing the ball so they can see it. But I would just have them really concentrate on getting one foot planted and pushing off. I think that'll be plenty for them. Because again, you'll just see this. Kind of turning around. And the last cut's just simply the back door cut. Kind of lock them out here, they plant, now they're going to push off hard to get to the basket. So just one of those three, a V cut, an L cut, or a back door cut. You can teach those, and kids get the hang of it. Again, will every kid? No. But if you have half your team able to make good cuts, your offense, I guarantee, will run better. Okay, the next thing for the skills and drills, I think when you watch kids play, okay, I call it footwork. It's more pivoting, and it's more just controlling their body. Okay, a lot of times when kids run and stop, okay, they just kind of skid to a stop. What you want to do is, you're going to want to teach the good jump stop. So they're running, jump, land in the air, land on 2 feet. Try to land on the balls of your feet or the toes. That's what we tell the kids. Try to land on your toes. Land lightly. Okay, feet spread apart a little bit, but run and jump. Okay, and a simple drill, have them start at a line, run, jump to the line. Run, jump to the line. Okay, then you can add a pass. So, Brian's the coach, I'm going to run, jump to the line, catch the pass. I'm going to dribble, jump to the line, and pass it back. Okay, now you can add dribbling in. Okay, teaching pivoting. The one thing when we would have like our Monday shooting style, or shooting classes, we talked a lot about never backing up. A lot of kids will get the ball, and what's their first reaction? They either do this, or they back up. Or they're catching the ball and they back up. So we always say, once you back up, you are done. You are done. Because what's going to happen with the defender when they back up? The defender's going to be right here. Every defender is, do they give you 5 feet? No, man, every defender is right up in your face. So when you back up, that defender's right here. I got nowhere to go. I got nowhere to go. Okay, I can try to go forward, but that defender is right there. And kids don't like to make contact, so they're gonna retreat even more. Okay, and either get the ball stolen, or they're going to trap. The other thing kids like to do when they pivot, when you say pivot, you hold one foot down and you can move. Guess what they like to do? I can't even do it without being dizzy. I can do it all the way around. But they'll spin all the way around. All right, okay, got the hang of it, but, okay? No, or they'll do this when they pivot. They take little tiny baby steps. Okay? When you pivot, you can talk to them about big steps. Big steps. Take big steps. Big steps. Keep that ball away. Okay? Something that, again, I didn't talk about in the practice, but one thing to keep in mind, and in one of those sheets, is a diagram of the court. assume the kids know nothing. Okay, I got caught on this a few years ago, telling a group of kids, all right, I want you to go to the left block. No clue. No clue at all. So I thought, well, we really didn't talk about it. We didn't, I'm just assuming they kind of knew. So now it starts, all right, split the court into a left side, right side. Look at your basket you're shooting at. Here's my right hand. Yeah. So that's the right hand. That's the right side. Anything on this side is the right side. Here's my left hand. Anything on this side is what? And they say left, hopefully. Okay? Now, see this block? Every main court has a block. So am I on the left or the right side? You'll still get some kids saying, left. No, not the left. Right block. So here's the right block. All right? Now the other. So go through each of those positions. If you're going to have a wing position out here, you got to talk about what the wing is. Is the wing here? No. Is the wing out here? Yeah. So just because it's fairly common to you, think to yourself, especially if you have a 3rd and 4th grade team, they will know nothing. If they know anything, that's a bonus. Okay? I guarantee you there'll be somebody on your team that doesn't know a definition, but they'll be too afraid to ask. So if you ask, does everyone know what the right block is? Especially 3rd and 4th grade. I don't know how many they might not raise their hand. So guess what? You're going to go on thinking they know, and then halfway through practice you're going to be like, I told you guys, right block. And then you realize that they don't know. They were too afraid to ask. So make sure, again, when you're describing a drill or an area or you're talking about your offense, that you define what each of those spots are. And come back and quiz them later on. At the end of practice, hey guys, we did a great job. Everyone run to the right elbow. Okay? And you probably have 2 kids trying to skirt to the left and realize the pack's at the other side and curl up. That's okay. They made it. Okay? So back to the pivoting. One of the things, again, you can have no ball. There's a lot of things you can do in basketball without a ball. Just have them stand there and, have them start on the line and say, hey, you want to try to pivot on that line. Okay? You get 2 steps to have your other foot touch that line or be on the other side of it. Okay? All right, good job. Now pivot with your other foot. Okay? And just have them practice that. The other good one I like is you can have them toss it up the it works on any basket. If you have a square backboard, it's probably easier, especially for 3rd and 4th grade. Have them toss it up there, have them jump and get the rebound, and have them pivot and pass to the outlet. Say you're on defense, but tell them you're on defense. Because this is going to go to a different drill that we're going to do in a second. So they jump up, you're on defense, you're going to outlet, and you're going to pass. Or if you're like me, when I coached youth teams, you got the defensive rebound, get it going. I don't care who you are. You could be the tallest player. Get going. Start dribbling down the court. If somebody's further down the court, open, pass them the ball. If not, try to get a layup. We're not going to try to set up an offense. We're not going to let the defense get set. That's horrible. You can get down the court. Get down the court. So maybe the drill is catch the rebound, pivot, and drill. Okay? And have them exaggerate that pivot. Okay? The other one you can do, okay, spin the ball, dribble, jump stop, pivot. Okay? Now you catch the pass back, dribble to the next line, jump stop, pivot. Okay? Just have them work on that. Again, you're pivoting, you're dribbling, you're practicing catching the ball by yourself.